Hi, everybody. Here we are once again, just clipping along, week number 7. Way to go, getting there. Okay, so this is the week where everything that you've been working on starts to come together. In the past few weeks, you've spent time in reflection. You've learned how to, sniff out keywords in a job posting. You have developed a persona statement. You've created a value proposition. And then you've matched your competencies to the job's requirements. So now this week, you're going to be taking all of that reflection and strategy and use it to shape your absolutely amazing resume and cover letter template. So before I go on, it's where I just need to take a pause for a second and give you a little bit of a heads up. I guess a warning, if you will, about ATS and kind of harken back to the video that you watched last week called Beating the Bots. I want to revisit this one more time because it is such important stuff. All right. So listen carefully. Um, when you apply online, whether through a company website or a job board like Indeed, you are not just sending off a resume. You are basically stepping up to a digital portal, and it's guarded by an ATS firewall. And basically, to get you through that, you need a magic formula. And that formula are all important keywords, okay, and exact match phrases. And without them, your application will get stuck outside the wall. With them, you're through the portal, okay, and more likely to actually meet up with a real person. Um, and honestly, I have statistics that prove that less than 15%, like 15%, get interviews when they apply through job boards using ATS systems. And, if you do the math, like 15% is not a lot, is it? So, what do you do when there seems like there's no other way to get your application into the hands of a hiring manager? Well, one way is to email them to the someone that's actually in charge. So preferably the hiring manager, or better yet, the person that you are going to be reporting to. And again, you're probably asking how. Well, there's a few ways. Here's a couple of them. Number one, if the job posting has their name on it, look it up on their company directory or their LinkedIn and email them. Okay. And two, if there's a telephone number attached, phone them. Okay. Um, you're not going to be breaking any rules. Don't worry about if it says, apply online. All you need to do is, you're still going to actually do what they told you to do, is post online. But here's what you can kind of say. All right. I saw the job posting and I wanted to make sure my application got into your hands because I have had problems in the past with ATS systems, and I don't want to take a chance that my application might get missed. It's just way too important to me. Something like that, and see what they say. Another method is finding someone who works at the company and ask them to submit it for you. Give you an example, another story, right? Years ago, when I worked for the airlines, I had a lot of job seekers drop their resume off with me at the check-in counter. So what I would do, I wouldn't just say thanks and throw it in a pile. I would actually talk to them. I'd strike up a conversation with them. And if I thought they were a great match, then I would tell them two things. Number one, I would tell them, make sure that you still apply through the company's job board. You must do that. And number two, I would take their resume to the station manager, the person that was doing the actual hiring and making these hiring choices. And I would do it, right, to give her the resume, but also just pass on my impression to her, right? And I'll tell you, that made a huge difference in the way that resumes were, and the people that put the resumes in were selected. So, um, another thing that you could try doing is networking, and that's reaching out to your inner and outer circles to see if you can find someone who works at the company, or knows someone who does. All right. Anyway, we'll talk about networking a little bit more in detail in the next coming weeks. So, So let's see. Now let's get to week number 7, cover letters and resumes. So let's start with the required resources. You are going to see a few short videos from me. One's on resume strategy, one's on mechanics, and one's on design. And these are what I call the 3 pillars. And we will keep coming back to them throughout the course. They basically mirror what we've been talking about all along in communications, right? It's like clarity, credibility, and connection. Okay. As for cover letters, I include a couple of really excellent resources as well. It's 30 plus cover letter tips for success from Career Professionals of Canada, and also another one called The Perfect Pitch from The Guardian. There are 2 lesson outlines, one on resumes and one on cover letters, by the way, in the Moodle lesson for the week. Plus lots of, two resource folders, materials folders, and you guessed it. One is for resumes and the other one is for cover letters. So let's get under the hood of those 2 folders. In the resume folder is a PDF that's called Getting Smart, Effective Accomplishment Statements. Now, what I suggest you do is download that, print it, I don't know, pin it to your desktop, to your wall, to your whiteboard, to your forehead if need be, but somewhere that's upright and center, because it is going to be your playbook going forward. You are going to hear me talk about smart statements, okay? Comment on them, give examples of them for the rest of Com 490, and you will probably get so sick of me talking about it. But listen, if you learn nothing else in this course, learn how to develop these. Trust me, they're painful, but once you get it, you will thank me. And I know you'll thank me again and again and again. So, all right. So I've also included a sample of a new graduate resume that contains a description key, and then along the right-hand side, and then to assist you when you're writing your resume, you'll find that it has like it's a really terrific visual checklist. There's also a generic type of resume and one ATS compatible samples that just goes to show you that your resume doesn't have to be glamorous to be effective or pleasant to look at to actually get someone's attention. All right. So let me just talk about something else too, because I get asked a lot about resume templates. And these are those online templates that, that are in Canva, Word, and even in like AI, right? ChatGPT programs and stuff. At first blush, okay, they're pretty. And while they're attractive, basically meet the criteria, pillar number 3, the design part of it, I am going to ask you to please stay absolutely clear of them, okay? They're no-goes, and here's why. Number 1, they're highly recognizable, and many recruiters dislike them. They often feel the user is unimaginative, perhaps, and even lazy, okay? Number 2, most ATS programs have difficulty parsing them. So if the ATS program that the employer is using to vet applications can't read what it's looking for, again, these are your keywords, things like that, and job titles, names, and dates, it just simply spits out the application. And like I said in the video, it may just wind up churning in their database forever, okay? They're also not set up to highlight your accomplishments. And trust me, employers want to see your accomplishments. They don't want to see a whole laundry list of things that you've done, okay? Instead, they want to see statements that show what you've done well. So your impacts and the benefits and results that your actions garnered, all right? Again, trust me, the ability to articulate those will differentiate you from your competition, hands down, okay? All righty. So I'm going to talk a bit about AI for a second. You all know that I don't hate AI by any means. I actually quite like it in a lot of ways, but I will tell you, do not trust them to write your resume for you. Similar to the graphic templates that I mentioned above, they don't generally highlight your accomplishments. And they sometimes just downright lie. For an example, I asked AI to write my resume, and it made up all kinds of stuff. It said I was good with financial statements and sales, and I can only guess that program pulled something out of my own writing company LinkedIn pages or something like that. Because yeah, I can guarantee you do not want me doing your financial statements, okay? All right. I write, tell stories, financial statements, nada. Okay. It's okay. So, all right. A little bit of a hack for you, and should be considered every step of the way. Instead of thinking in terms of what you did what you want from a job, like, oh, this sounds like the great job for me because I like doing this and this and this. Think about what they are going to get from hiring you. So you don't say, my goal is to get a job where I can tell stories, tell them how your stories have benefited them, have already benefited others, and things like produce results like increased engagement, all right, gave messaging a right perspective, engaged people to come out to vote, that kind of thing. But always come from what they are looking for, what they want to accomplish, and show them how you will help them meet their goals. Okay. Another thing too, I really want you to pay close attention to, especially when you're writing your cover letters, is and it's also why I agree with the advice point that's in point number 11 in that CPC cover letter article that that I've gotten the reading. And it's that you actually minimize the use of the word I, okay? Whenever you are writing I, stop and think about, can I actually replace the word I with you or your? Like for an example, instead of saying, because your clients engage with content they can relate to, your company will benefit from my excellent storytelling skills and passion, or even my proven excellent storytelling skills and passion, that kind of thing. Okay. And as for also for the cover letters, I've got a little gift for you. And yeah, so what I'm actually giving you is a no-fail plug and play cover letter template and a key for you to follow. Well, at least until you develop your own personalized style and letter template that incorporates all of the correct principles. But for now, by following the template like pretty much verbatim and inserting the relevant keywords and your personal benefit statements and other relevant to the job information where it prompts you, I can tell you my clients and former students tell me that they found that template adaptable, really easy to use, and super effective. So that's what you want. And critiques, something else important. Please make sure that you add them to the assignment Dropbox by Sunday, August 9. Be sure to include your job posting, the keyword notebook, your value proposition, and persona statement with them. And what you can expect to get back from me is highly detailed feedback, which focuses on your strategy, mechanics, and design. All right, and these are the things that we're covering in this week's video. I will be looking to see how you have injected your value proposition into your work. And of course, you know it, grammar, flow, spelling, right? The 7 C's. And probably the most important is the way that you articulate smart accomplishment statements, okay? And then finally, our Zoom office hours, Wednesday at 9 a.m. PST. You're welcome, of course, again, to drop in, ask questions, and leave if you like. You can stay for the full hour and learn from each other if you like. Ask questions. If nobody shows up by 9:15 though, I'm just going to assume that you're all good to go, and I'll also leave the room as well. I'm sure that you know it, but again, just use the Zoom link that's named Lynn and Tyler's room in the Moodle under the community learning community section. So that's it for me now this week, guys. I know you've got a lot to do, but you've already done a lot of the groundwork. And so I'm 100% sure that you are ready for this next step. So as always, again, I'm here if you need me. So bye for now, everyone. Have a great week. Cheers.